Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we have through the perilous fight? Was our ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare our flag was still there. Oh, take us as our spangled banner yet wave, o'er the land of the
Cheshire Academy's 224th commencement.
And please join us and welcome our head of school, Miss Julie Anderson.
Good morning, welcome. Important public service announcement. We have water at the end of the tent and also in the dining hall throughout the ceremony for you. Good morning and congratulations to the members of the class of 2018. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce Ms. Jemima Frimpong, President of the class of 2018. Jemima is a four-year boarding senior who has been involved in all aspects of life at the Academy. She has served the school as senior class president, member of the Citizenship Committee and Diversity Club, an admission ambassador, peer counselor, and one of the captains of the softball team. Temple University is so fortunate to have Jemima joining their class of 2022. Please join me in welcoming Jemima.
Please be seated. Okay. So, before I begin my speech, I would like to say good morning to the Board of Trustees, Ms. Anderson, Mr. Dykeman, honored guests, faculty and staff, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. Welcome to Cheshire Academy's 224th commencement. 9 months ago, we were incoming seniors who spent most of our time talking about how excited we were to graduate. Now that graduation is finally here, I can't help but reminisce about the experiences we have had at Cheshire Academy. So please bear with me as I take you on a trip down memory lane. Do you remember your first day at Cheshire Academy? On the car ride down, you were nervous and had no idea what to expect. You attended a new student orientation and were greeted by people with bright smiles on their faces. These complete strangers came to introduce themselves to you, asked you what your name was and where you were from. You found yourself responding to these questions, and suddenly all your nerves were at ease. You thought to yourself, this isn't so bad. I think I'll like it here. On that day, you learned that Cheshire Academy was your new home. Do you remember your first sporting event? Walking into the field house, turf, or the backfields, and being mesmerized by the things you saw. You screamed at the top of your lungs whenever Cheshire scored. You went to a track meet and saw how Lexi Holmes beat records while looking like she was jogging the whole time. On that day, you learned that Cheshire Academy had lots of talented athletes. Do you remember your first detention? You logged onto your Cheshire Academy portal and saw an official note that said, please report to the Office of Community Life at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning. You might have sat there for a few minutes and wondered, how could they do this to such an amazing person? Or you might have read it, laughed a little, and said, do they really think I'm going? One way or another, you served your detention. If it was winter, you became a master snow shoveler. If it was warmer, you took out trash or plucked out those beautiful dandelions. On that day, you learned that detention was an amazing experience that you never wanted to have again. Do you remember your first talent show? As you walked into Richardson, Mrs. Giacomo and Ms. Perino greeted you and led you to your seats. You sat in awe as Mrs. Wright, Mr. Marshall, Mrs. Giacomo, Mr. Roque, and Mr. Harmon performed in their teacher band called Kaboom. Listening to their performances, you realized that you completely underestimated your teachers. Not long after, Julia, Lexi, Olivia, and Evan stole the show with their amazing performances. On that day, you learned that the teachers and students at Cheshire Academy were multi-talented. I could go on and on, but by now, I hope you see Steve. Thank you, Mr. Aronson and Mr. Harmon, for drilling that word into my brain. Cheshire Academy provided us with our firsts. Not all of our experiences were good, but they were necessary for us to grow as individuals. As our high school years come to an end, I ask that we continue to experience. Let us learn new languages, try new foods, travel the world, and expand our horizons. Today might be our last day of high school, but it is the first day of our lives, and I dare each and every one of you to explore. Now, my friends, will it be easy? No. But will it be worth it? Absolutely. I am honored to have been a part of the class of 2018. Each one of you enthusiastic, compassionate, and brilliant souls have inspired me in more ways than you can imagine. Now, like caterpillars, it is time for us to leave our cocoons and spread our wings and fly high. Class of 2018, we made it!
Thank you, Jemima. We are so honored to have with us today the Honorable William A. Pettit Jr. as our commencement speaker, and to welcome him and his family who are able to be with us today. Dr. Pettit was sworn in for his first term in office as state representative for the 22nd District on January 4th, 2017, and proudly represents the 22nd General Assembly District covering the towns of Plainville and New Britain. Dr. Pettit grew up helping his father work the register in the Pettit General Store in Plainville before graduating from Plainville High School in 1974. He attended Dartmouth College for his undergraduate studies and the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine for his medical degree. He followed this with a residency at the Strong Memorial Hospital, at the University of Rochester School of Medicine and Dentistry, and a fellowship in endocrinology and metabolism at the Yale University School of Medicine. Dr. Pettit operated a private practice in Plainville from 1989 to 2007. In 1997, he was selected to become the medical director of the Joslin Diabetes Center at New Britain General Hospital, now the Hospital of Central Connecticut. Dr. Pettit also serves as Plainville's Director of Public Health from 1994 to 2008. After tragedy struck his family in 2007, Dr. Pettit, with the help of friends and family, created the Pettit Family Foundation as a nonprofit dedicated to maintaining the legacies of his wife, Jennifer Huck Pettit, and two daughters, Haley and Michaela Pettit. Jennifer served the Cheshire Academy community as co-director of the Richmond Health Center for 10 years. She was beloved by all, and through her remarkable nursing expertise, wisdom, and nurturing abilities, Mrs. Pettit helped to guide our students through their individual transformations from young adolescents, often lacking self-confidence and emotional maturity, into confident, self-assured, and caring graduates. The Pettit Foundation's funds are given to foster the education of young people, especially women in the sciences, to improve the lives of those affected by chronic illnesses, and to support the efforts to protect and help those affected by violence. Dr. Pettit has remained close to Cheshire Academy with his many friendships with faculty and staff members, and his support to the Jennifer Huck Pettit Memorial Scholarship Award and Senior Award. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Pettit.
Good morning. That was, I'm glad that was not my eulogy. Good morning to the graduates, family, friends, trustees, faculty and staff, and random people who've wandered in from the street, hoping for some water. I was going to tell you about my connection to the Academy. You just heard most about it, but it really started with a chance drive down Route 10. Our oldest daughter, Haley, had turned 5 in the fall of '94, and there was a sign on the lawn at Cheshire Academy advertising a new lower school with full day care. And that was the beginning of a great relationship because Haley enrolled in kindergarten. Mr. John Heislip was the head, wonderful man who did a great job at this academy. And Diane Gray was the head of the lower school. And Jen eventually took the job at the health center, the Richardson Health Center, with Mrs. Bond. And Mrs. Poisson and Ms. Patberg and a number of other people now. And Jennifer utilized her nursing skills, and more importantly, her compassion. We became fast friends, as Ms. Anderson told you, with many people, the Poissons, the Longacres, Hanrahans, Boyds, Dupre, Vestergaards, and many, many others. My girls loved, Haley and Michaela loved running around the campus. This was a giant playground for them and a safe place. Jen loved caring for kids at the health center, especially those far from home. And as you know, if you look online, I didn't realize that there's people from more countries at Cheshire Academy than from states. So this is a very, very diverse place. But it becomes a family here. And I think that's what's so nice about a small boarding school. Even for the day students, the camaraderie, friendship, kindness that exists here creates a great fabric and a very, very tapestry that becomes the campus and your home. We are very happy to be part of that caring community. And at that point, back in the mid-90s, I was unaware of how important the Academy would be to our family. Most of you know what happened when we lost Jennifer, Haley, and Michaela on July 23rd, 2007. My world and the world of many others stopped that day and has never been quite the same since. In many ways, that is why I'm here to speak with all of you today, to leave a message of kindness, hope, and perseverance. Kindness, hope, and perseverance. I learned after my youngest daughter, Michaela, had died that she had just studied Gandhi and posted this quote from Gandhi in her locker, a quote that continues to be the mantra for the Pettit Family Foundation. The quote is, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. So you, graduates, 2018 graduates Cheshire Academy, you all need to be the changes that we wish to see in the world. The world is vastly different today than when it was, I was your age years ago. And I can guarantee you it's going to change exponentially in ways that we can't predict. So if you take away one thought, I see most of you still hanging in there with me. Thank you. Be an active participant in that change. Your lives moving forward should not be a spectator sport, nor, no offense to the aficionados, should not be detached like a video game, nor impersonal like texting, something that we all do every day. It's your life and your journey. You must be an active participant in your life and the lives of everybody that you touch. Do not remain on the sidelines. Ultimately, you are responsible for managing your own life. You're responsible for creating opportunities. You're responsible for the choices that you make and responsible for your attitude on how you approach your precious life. You've had wonderful guidance from all these people over here. So you're not going to be alone. You're going to have more guidance as you go away to school and careers. So strive, graduates, to make a positive impact on the world, no matter how big or small. Strive to be the change. So what is the basis and groundwork to make this positive change? What do you, the 2018 graduates of Cheshire Academy, need to be the change in the world? Or why do you need to do that? Well, because I think we all care. Because you'll be our new workers, our new parents, our new leaders. I know you care because you've been schooled at a great place and a great tradition by many of your teachers, as well as your parents and friends. You've learned the 8 pillars of Bowdoin: respect, responsibility, fairness, trustworthiness, caring, civility, citizenship, and morality. These are words, but they have important meanings, and you all put these words into action with your fabulous contributions to the Cheshire Lights of Hope event over the past 4 years. For the visitors here, who are here for the first time, the Cheshire Lights of Hope was an event in Cheshire begun by a wonderful family, the Walshes, Jen and Don, to raise money for multiple sclerosis. And when I lost my family in 2007, the Walshes ramped up their efforts to sell luminaries to place in the streets of Cheshire and raised over $130,000. They then donated that first year all the money back to the foundation so that we can do the things that we do. And they've continued it now since then, raising funds through the Lights of Hope for MS activities and research, as well as creating local service-based scholarships. You as seniors were leaders here in making the Cheshire Academy this way, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, sellers of luminaries, and having a spectacular display all over campus. Your work here brought tears to me as I drove to the campus several times, and I know Mrs. Bond, to put her on the spot, I know it's always very hard for her and Ms. Patberg, as well as the people that work for Jen. Your actions really exemplified your respect for the legacy of my family, especially Jennifer. Manifestation of your caring and citizenship for those afflicted by MS, and for our foundation, which, as Ms. Anderson told you, we really push the education of young people, especially women in the sciences, and we try to help people affected by violence, and we try to help people with chronic illnesses. So this is one small example. Your participation lights a hope of how you, the graduates of 2018, have let the 8 pillars of Bowdoin guide your actions. I thank you all for that dedication and support. In effect, yeah, I probably should have taken a breath there, right? In effect, you're all helping to be the change, and I know some of you are sitting there saying, I bought 5 luminaries. I only set out 25 luminaries, what's the difference? But remember, and I'm a big fan of quotes, Mother Teresa beautifully stated, not all of us can do great things, but we can all do small things with great love. So whether you put out 1 luminary or 500, you do it with great love, you have a positive impact around the world around you. So you participated in this simple action and you really created a change, so thank you again. Now these 8 pillars are intended to be broad and all-encompassing and provide the basis for your development of character and prepare you to be kind, empathetic, and productive global citizens. And you have a small microcosm of the globe here at Cheshire Academy. And you certainly know that when you walk into the dining hall and see the flags up on there and see the different foods and things that you all are exposed to every day. As I walked my own personal walk from the loss of my family into my new altered life, altered reality, I discovered my own pillars, and I'm going to take a few minutes just to talk about those. And those are kindness, hope, and perseverance. Kindness, hope, and perseverance. After the tragedy, I was sent hundreds and hundreds of books and over 25,000 letters, mostly because my mother is very organized and cataloged and kept track of every single letter that was sent from all over the world. I would recommend you a book, graduates, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This book documents Viktor Frankl's time in a concentration camp. Regardless of your religion or lack thereof, there's meaning in learning in his writing for all of us. Frankl stated, I had wanted simply to convey to the reader, by way of a concrete example, that life holds a potential meaning under any conditions, even the most miserable. Little babies are the best. You can stay here. So in my case, when the sanctity of my home was invaded and my family was killed for no reason, I lost all. I felt after reading Frankl that there actually could still be some meaning in my life and the legacy of my family. How might you ask? And I certainly asked that thousands of times, and it took me a long time to believe it completely. The first pillar was, I remind you, is kindness. And kindness, another famous, for the visitors from far away, the guy by the name of Mark Twain actually lived here in Hartford. And Mark Twain said, kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. During my struggles, I was pulled along by the kindness of family and strangers alike. For months, hundreds of people visited me at my home, or actually at that point in my parents' home in Plainville. Some came early in the morning and just sat in the chairs in the front yard that we had set up. During that period, and for many months, I was sleeping maybe 2 hours a night and often would wander outside at first light, 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. And to my surprise and comfort, there often would be someone, believe it or not, sitting in the yard. Most people could not say much. They were just there. That was a very powerful lesson for me, though I'm not sure I realized it at the moment. Just being there for someone is kindness. Just being there is solace. Being there provides support and it provides hope. It is someone else who cares and is also grieving, but they want to go on and they want you to go on. So graduates, practical lesson here. When a friend is in need, do not say, just call me if you need me. So I tell you from many years of experience, no one's going to call you. You need to be there. You need to show up. You need to show up with flowers. You need to show up with meals. You need to just show up and be there with your friend or your acquaintance. I got this friend list from friends at my golf club, of all places, right? People that I played a game with on weekends. Unbeknownst to me, again, as Ms. Anderson noted, they formed a charity, so all the donations that were coming in could be funneled into a foundation and be used in an appropriate manner. Thus, the foundation was born. And I remember the first board meeting in December of 2007, about 5 months after I lost my family. It was really hard. They made me the president at a time when mostly I was laying in bed about 20 hours a day, put me at the head of the table and put me in charge. I basically would get out of bed about 10 minutes before everybody arrived, comb my hair and get dressed and show up for the board meeting. And the board let me run the meeting, so in reality, they sort of pulled me along completely. After a 2-hour meeting, I was so exhausted, I would just walk back up the stairs and go to bed. So again, seniors, the practical lesson, what does it mean to you? You know, someone's problem can be as simple as, and you've probably been through this now, simple as not getting into your first choice of college, you know, that you desperately wanted to be there. You can just be there for that friend. It can be as serious as losing a friend or acquaintance to suicide or an accident, and you can just be there for family and survivors. So be kind and just be there. Kindness is a very strong medicine for healing. So kindness. Second pillar is hope. Bishop Desmond Tutu said, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. I was certainly in a place of darkness, very, very dark, but the kindness of thousands of people who visited, wrote, called, emailed, reached out, they created hope. Hope for a future, although I have no idea what the future could be. I remember telling people over and over again, I really have no interest in this alternative reality. I just don't want to be here anymore. I really resisted the notion. I got a lot of advice from people that said, stay busy. You know, busy is going to be good for you. And I just didn't want to do it. And they said, you know, if you're busy and you're directed and focused, that's going to help you heal. And you know, in retrospect, they are completely correct. The foundation created a great path forward for me. I could channel my energies into the problems of others as opposed to thinking about my own problems 24 hours a day. Over the past 10.5 years, we have given out over $2.5 million in grants to support our mission, education, helping victims of violence and those with illness. So graduates, channel your energy, try to stay focused. Finally, we're getting closer to the end. Perseverance, my third pillar. So kindness, hope, and now perseverance. There was a man a long time ago by the name of Confucius, and he said, the man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones, and it does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. During my darkness, waking up and functioning in any fashion took perseverance. I felt like my daily life was that of Sisyphus, who was the king of the fire at Corinth, consigned by the gods to roll a boulder up the hill, only have it roll back down and start over again, endlessly and endlessly, roll the boulder up the hill. The gods felt it was a fair punishment for his perceived sins. I felt like Sisyphus, that my new life was futile and laborious. There seemed to be no hope nor purpose. I persevered not because I was a smart guy or a good guy. I persevered because of the kindness of others, the energy of others that they gave to me. They reached out and they provided me hope for a new future, and they helped me walk forward into this new future. And so, and I use quotes because I think people have said it well for many years, so there's no sense reinventing the wheel. And I'm going to come around again to Gandhi, who said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So graduates, find yourself by serving others. So with the kindness of many who provided hope and helped me persevere, I've been fortunate to have a strong and loving family and network of friends, many here at the Academy, many who lost themselves in a way trying to help me. I am grateful to each one of them and only hope to repay all of you who have helped me through my service to others. Through this tragedy, the former me was lost, but with kindness and hope to lead me in the right direction, a new me was found, blessed with a beautiful wife and wonderful son, now serving via our activities of the foundation as well as public service up at the state capitol. So seniors, back to you. This is your day. Sit up, lean forward. We're at the end. Be kind, provide hope for others and yourself. And for yourself is important because many times it can be as simple as a test you don't think you're ready for and you think things are hopeless. But persevere in your actions. Do not lose sight of where you want to go. Kindness, hope, and perseverance. If you are kind and hopeful and persevere, you will all be part of the changes that we all want to see for a better world. You will help us achieve that better world and make this a better place for us to all live and thrive in. So graduates, thank you very much for your attention. Congratulations on your many achievements here, and Godspeed.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Pettit, for those meaningful, thoughtful words. I'm pleased to present the Senior Academic Awards and describe some of the cords that our students are wearing today. Longevity is signified by a blue cord for having been at the Academy 5 or more years, including time spent in the 8th grade. Will those students please stand? Honors of the second rank is signified by a silver cord and is earned by seniors who have achieved at least a B+ average for the year. Will those receiving honors of the second rank please stand? Thank you. Honors of the first rank is signified by a gold cord and is earned by seniors who have achieved at least an A- for the year. Will those receiving honors of the first rank please stand? Thank you. The International Baccalaureate Diploma is signified by a gold, blue, and white cord. IB diploma candidates study 6 subjects, 3 at the standard level and 3 at the high level, over 2 years and complete 3 additional requirements: the theory of knowledge, the extended essay, and at least 150 hours of creativity, action, and service tasks outside of the classroom. Will the full IB diploma candidates please stand? Thank you. Would Karen Smith please join me at the podium? The Karen J. Smith Scholarship Award for Scholastic Improvement is named in honor of Mrs. Karen Smith, a 42-year faculty veteran who sees the potential for success in everyone. Mrs. Smith continues to serve students in her role in the Roxbury Academic Support Program. Given the orientation of her life's work, nothing could be more fitting than to present this award to a graduating student who has shown the greatest academic improvement, keeping in mind the enduring message she conveys to her students. First, that you can often achieve more than you think you can, and second, that you should not be satisfied until you have done your very best. The recipient of this award is Jenna Molnar.
Yeah, Jenna.
The Morris County Senior English Prize is named in honor of a man who was an extraordinary teacher to 6 decades of Cheshire Academy students. Those fortunate enough to have studied with him credit him for opening their minds and hearts to literature. This student brings a wealth of knowledge about allusions, cultural context, and critical lenses which deepen her analysis. She is also a skilled listener who responds thoughtfully to her peers. Her writing is precise and perceptive. She has been successful this year in both the SL Literature course and the AP Literature class. This year's winner is Margaret Garino-Triera. Diane Hassel, please join me on the stage. This is Mrs. Hassel's 45th Cheshire Academy graduation. The William A. Hassel Senior Lab Prize is named in honor of William A. Hassel, who taught here from 1970 to 2003. He was known by students as a superb teacher and by colleagues for his uncommon good sense, fairness, and knowledge of his subject matter. He got a myriad of things done well and without fanfare. As a teacher, department chair, and formerly as head of the Cheshire Academy's summer school. This award is presented to that senior who has evidenced the highest level of achievement throughout the year in the study of science. He engages deeply with the underlying concepts and principles, and his love of lab work and attention to detail set him apart from his peers. The William A. Hassel Senior Lab Prize is presented to Feng Shui Richard Young. Foreign Language Award is presented annually to a senior on the basis of overall excellence in the study of modern languages. It is given in memory of James P. Loader, a long-term teacher of modern languages here, who is not only a linguist, but a fine musician. This student is an extraordinarily gifted language learner. She has not only excelled in the study of French, but is also self-taught in Mandarin and Korean. An IB diploma program student, she completed her extended essay in French. The James P. Loader International Language Prize is awarded to Alexa Williams. Jerome J. Sullivan Senior Mathematics Prize is named in memory of Mr. Sullivan, a longtime member of the mathematics faculty, remembered as an expert mathematician and brilliant teacher. This year's recipient is an outstanding mathematician with endless curiosity and a passion for learning, and he works really hard. Since his first A+ as a 9th grader in pre-calculus, he has demonstrated an appreciation for and mastery of math and its advanced applications. The math department is pleased to present this award to Feng Shui Richard Young. The N.J. J. Moriarty Social Science Prize, given each year to the top student in the non-historical social sciences, is named after Anne Moriarty, teacher at Cheshire Academy and then middle school head for many years. This IB history and economics senior is intellectually curious and academically disciplined. Modest yet confident, he is undoubtedly moving on to great things at the university level. The winner of the Anne J. Moriarty Social Science Prize is Fong Shi Richard Young. The Senior Visual Arts Prize. With a seemingly limitless amount of skill and creativity, this student has shown excellence in drawing, painting, sculpture, and furniture design. She has won numerous awards for her work and is certainly destined to quickly make a name for herself in the world of art and design. Cheshire Academy is proud to present this year's Senior Visual Art Award to Yue Xuan Chantel Gao. It is an honor to now call forward our salutatorian for the class of 2018, Fong Shi Richard Young. Richard is the president of Dean, a Science Olympiad award winner, and a member of 5 musical ensembles. Richard will be majoring in physics at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Please join me in welcoming Richard to the stage.
Good morning. A long, long time ago, there was an old man who lived in a remote village in China, bordering the Huns. He was famous for his prestigious horses and horsemanship. One day, his horse ran away to the Huns, and everyone in the village came to console him. But the old man said, "Why can't this be a good thing?" A few months later, his horse returned and even brought back a few other horses from the Huns. And everyone in the village came to congratulate him. But the old man said, "Why can't this be a bad thing?" In an effort to train the new horses, the old man's son accidentally fell from the horseback and broke his leg. Everyone in the village came to console him, but the old man said, "Why can't this be a good thing?" A year later, the Huns attacked the village. All able men were drafted to defeat the enemy. It was a brutal fight, and virtually every man from the village never came back. Only the old man and his son survived precisely due to this accident. This is a very classic tale that everyone in China knows. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu used this story to express his ideology that goodness and badness transform into each other constantly and mysteriously, and that the only thing not changing is change itself. This ideology later became known as Taoism, one of the 3 pillars of the classical Chinese schools of thought. But relax, I'm not going to give you guys a lecture on the classics of Chinese philosophy. I instead want to use anecdotes to talk about something else. That is, how our attitudes shape our perceptions and why it is important to recognize them. A very clear contrast can be made between the old man's attitude and the villagers. Perhaps you can describe the villagers as the conventional, stereotypical response, and the old man serves as an anomaly, the unconventional, the atypical response. Now, the story, I have to forewarn you, is intentionally crafted. So there's always the wise old man who's proven right every turn. But let's forget about the storyline for a moment. The key underlying principle is that I should think should be that nature is always full of mysteries and that we, the humble human beings, can never know the full scope of an event. As Lao Tzu said, the only thing not changing is change itself, and similarly, the only thing you can know for sure is that you don't know. And then here comes the question. If no one knows everything, no one is perfect, then why should anyone have a fixed judgment? Why should we firmly believe that whatever we believe in must be the truth and the only truth? Well, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your own opinion or judgment, but always be prepared to be wrong and be prepared to admit that you are wrong. We shouldn't look down on the villagers because they were wrong or praise the old man because it was right. We should simply acknowledge that fact, that many times we make wrong assumptions and our truth may not be the actual truth. The world does not revolve around anybody. Not you, not me, that's it, period. That is one of the first lessons I learned from my mother. Right from when I just started how to have a conversation, or rather have an argument with her. My mom told me to always think from the other's perspective, or 换位思考 in Chinese. She told me to not be mean to people, because imagine if somebody did that to you, how would you feel? To a 3-year-old boy who constantly cries to his mom whenever he needs a hug or a new toy, it must have been a really mind-opening process to realize that I am not the center of everything. And other people's opinion matters just as much as my own. But that mentality has stuck with me forever, so much so that it became a part of me and part of my character. It has made me more humble and sympathetic to others. So thank you, Mom. Going back to the theme of attitude a little bit. Why do I care so much about attitude? Because attitude matters. When I first arrived here, I thought people would just pretend to be nice. They ask you how you're doing without actually caring. It's just American formality, I thought. But I met some really awesome friends here, including many of my teachers who do sincerely care about me from the bottom of their hearts. And I think many of them are actually sitting here. Many of them graduated 2015, 2016. I met them last night. I don't know where they're sitting now, so thank you for being there when I just arrived and greeting me in the biology class, Mrs. Kelly's class. I want to give a big shout out for them. They gave me a hand when I was lost and desperate. They forgave my temper when I broke down, and I lose my temper sometimes. And they always listen and support me. They've been able to think from my perspective, and they do care a lot about me. Now going back to the Mrs. Kelly's freshman biology class, I'm sure many of you remember my 16th birthday when somebody brought a cake for me and Mrs. Kelly was trying to stop me from entering the room too early. And then I entered, everybody was there, everybody was happy and joyful for me. That was my sweet 16. I'm doing a really bad job here because there are numerous examples like that in my life, in my career here. And I was extremely lucky to be influenced by so many positive attitudes, which contributed to my character of this person standing right now in front of you. Attitude matters. You should be open-minded, not because it's politically correct or because you have to. One can be forced to only appear to be open-minded due to formality and societal pressure, but never change your eccentric attitude. The difference is whether or not you truly embrace the possibility that you might be wrong. The key is attitude, not necessarily the action itself. Hopefully, an open-minded attitude will make you humble of the achievement you have already made and give you the strength to see the light in your darker days. Be eager to hear different voices. Be prepared to have your opinions challenged and challenge the opinions of others. Once you start questioning, there's nothing that is not questionable. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard, for wise words. To that member of the graduating class who, for at least 3 years, has given the most for the good of the academy. It is named in honor of a graduate who is held in especially high esteem by colleagues and students. He is an example of personal commitment to the school. The recipient of this award is Long Shu Richard. Award is given to that member of the graduating class who, in the opinion of the faculty, would Mr. and Mrs. Marshall like to join me? The Jeff Thomas Marshall Scholarship Award is given annually in honor of Jeffrey Thomas Marshall. Jeff wanted to be remembered as one who loved life. This award is given to that member of the senior class who best exemplifies Jeff's love for life, tenacity in face of challenge, genuine concern for others, and determination to improve academically. The recipient of this award is Caitlin Quirk. Award is given to that member of the graduating class who has best exemplified the attributes of loyalty, dedication, and consideration for others. The recipient of this award is Jemima Frempaw. The Costin Cup is awarded to that member of the senior class who has best improved his or her opportunities at the academy. Usually a student who has shown improvement either as a citizen or as a student over a period of several years. The recipient of this award is Ethan Kornacki. John J. White 38 Leadership Award is given to a student who exemplifies the leadership shown by trustee John J. White during his years on the Board of Trustees and Council of Overseers of Cheshire Academy from 1991 to 2011. Mr. White's leadership enabled our school to grow in its physical and financial resources, making a difference in the lives of all members of the community. This award goes to a student who demonstrates a love of Cheshire Academy, a dedication to its values, and the willingness to be an active leader in all areas of school life. This award embodies Mr. White's commitment to Cheshire Academy, commitment that has enabled the school to fulfill its mission and to live its core values. The recipient of this award is Jemima Fremcon. Sheridan plaque is named in memory of West Point cadet Richard Brinsley Sheridan Jr. and is given annually to that Cheshire Academy student who best exemplifies Sheridan's qualities of academic superiority, strong character, and athletic drive. This is among the highest awards bestowed upon a student at Cheshire Academy. The recipient of this award is Nadia Contemplilla. Would Nurse Vaughn and Dr. Pettit please join me on the podium? The Jennifer Hawk Pettit Recognition Award. The mission of the Richmond Health Center is to help students attain their optimum level of health and wellness by addressing physical, emotional, and social health needs. Jennifer Hawk Pettit's extraordinary gifts as a nurse, health educator, and caring individual helped her students strive toward that goal every day. Mrs. Pettit always saw the unique potential of every student with whom she interacted. Through her wisdom and nurturing nature, Mrs. Pettit helped guide our students through their individual transformations. She helped them develop new strengths and cultivate the ability to address their own care needs and daily challenges, while encouraging and modeling caring and kindness in the community. The recipient of this award is Kathleen Jiang. For our final award this morning, I would like to ask that all faculty stand and be recognized for your incredible dedication to the care and support of all of our students. Would Robert Gardner please join me on the stage? The D. Robert Gardner Excellence in Teaching Award is named for former senior master and longtime faculty member Bob Gardner. It is given annually to a member faculty who has been a major contributor to the student body's pursuit of academic excellence. About her, one of her students comments, "She has been one of the most influential teachers in my 4 years at Cheshire Academy. She has helped me and countless other students with the difficulties of a wide range of biology and chemistry topics through rigorous yet caring teaching and guidance. She knows exactly how to bring out her students' best work. She was my extended essay advisor, and I could not have imagined the experience without her. She helped me learn new lab skills and techniques, taught me how to work through adversity, and introduced my future field of study to me. I will be forever grateful to her for the role she has had in my life, both inside and outside the classroom. A dedicated teacher, dorm parent, and coach at the Academy since 2015, the recipient of this award is Colleen Cruz. It is an honor to now call forward our valedictorian for the class of 2018, Tara Lynch. Tara joined Cheshire Academy in the 8th grade and has earned first honors in each of her 8 semesters here. A full IB student and National Honor Society member, Tara was named as Miss Connecticut's Outstanding Teen for Academic Achievement. Tara will attend Ithaca College in the fall on a full 4-year scholarship.
Whew, never thought this day would come. Trustees, Ms. Anderson, Dr. Pettit, honored guests, faculty and staff, family, friends, and fellow graduates. 3 hours on the stage for Les Miserables, 60 minutes at the art showcase, 60 minutes on Samosa Field, 45 minutes in the classroom, and 3 minutes and 10 seconds playing Lo ti penso amore at morning meeting. Many people do not know the countless hours spent perfecting every element of these projects. Daily practices, training sessions, lifting, stage rehearsals, choreographing, practicing lines, creating, drawing, and painting the perfect portrait are the regular grind many of us are accustomed to. We push ourselves to the farthest extent, hoping for greatness when the time comes to showcase what we have practiced. However, sometimes others do not understand the dream or what it takes to get there. Something that seems effortless and easy may be extremely difficult to accomplish. It is endless practice that allows someone to execute a play, scene, or art piece, or test flawlessly. In the end, we think it is the final product that matters, and sometimes we do not stop to truly think about all of the layers that went into a specific performance, game, or artwork. One's work ethic is not credited as much as it should be, and other times, achievements can be perceived as a person having it easy. In reality, it is someone's ability to get up every day and master their craft that makes them the best. It is not luck or a coincidence because they have worked for it. This is when all the blood, sweat, tears, and of course hours are worth it. It is important to remember that time is never wasted because no matter the outcome, you learn something about yourself in the process. Sometimes we fail, causing a set of emotions we never anticipated. Failure hits you harder than anything else because you woke up early to review your notes, run laps, lift in the gym, craft your artwork, or review your lines. The goal was the fire inside you, and whether you realized it or not, and now it is gone, like dust in the wind. It has vaporized. All of your time gone. While you will never get those minutes back, you have many more minutes in the future. Seize them. Fill them with new dreams, new goals, new ideas, a new fire to wake you up and make you work harder than you believed possible. Do we have enough time? How can I fit more in? Sometimes we are so busy keeping track of time, we forget to stop and enjoy the present. We time everything, our classes, our practices, our rehearsals, time in the studio. We have alarms, stopwatches, clocks, and well, I have an hourglass going to keep ourselves on track. In these moments, we forget to stop and appreciate the moment. Right now, Take a second to look to your left and right. Look at your classmates and see how far we've come. We forget to reflect on our progress and feel a sense of accomplishment because we got up each morning excited to work. We forget to thank the ones around us for helping us reach our goal. We miss the little moments and details of life. Time is seemingly endless, but there are only 24 hours in a day. It should be the most valuable item we own because we define how it is used. Work ethic and tunnel vision can only be part of our definition of time. Remembering the details of the atmosphere of your senior game is equally as important as your play because you only get one. Seizing the moment in your solo in the musical and feeling the audience engaging with you is as crucial as remembering the lyrics. The personal, individual moments during the process are more important than the outcome, and we should not let short increments of time define if we succeed or not. We should trust the process and appreciate our personal growth on the journey. We have limited time left in high school, honestly, less than an hour or so. It is time to seize the moment and live our passions. Cheshire Academy has provided all of us the base we need to move forward into the unknown, no matter how scary it seems. While it is our moment and time to do this, whether we are ready or not, we must. I encourage all of you to remember where you started, here, on this very field in orientation. Remember your childhood and your teachers who placed you on the right track for the future. Finally, remember your family and parents who have guided you from day one. Now it is time for me to thank a few people who were integral members of my high school career. I would not be here without the entire Cheshire Academy community. Thank you to all of the faculty and staff for your help and support. Without you, we would not be so successful both inside and outside the classroom. Although all the faculty and staff have positively impacted my life, I do have to take some time to thank a few individuals. Mr. Monahan, although there were a few tears along the way, you helped me get to my future and a 4-year scholarship at Ithaca College, and for that, I am truly grateful. Mrs. Wright, your passion for teaching is infectious. Thank you for all of your extra help time and life advice, and your love of Ithaca, by the way, too. Dr. Sacco, thank you for teaching me how to investigate and be curious about learning. But most importantly, I appreciate you teaching me to always dress like I'm going somewhere better. And Ms. Moynihan, I know my journey at CA would not have been the same without you. As my advisor for all 5 years, thank you for putting up with me. But most importantly, thank you for all of your advice, kindness, and support. I definitely wouldn't be here without you. To my family, thank you for encouraging my dreams and always being behind me. And finally, to my parents, thank you is not enough to show my gratitude for everything you have done for me. Your selflessness and willingness to drop everything to help me achieve my goals is unmatched by anyone, and I'm forever grateful, and I love you so much. Can we give them a round of applause? I would like to end with a quote by Dr. Christina Yang, a character on my favorite show, Grey's Anatomy. Whenever we think we know the future, even for a second, it changes. Sometimes the future changes completely and quickly, and we are left only with the choice of what to do next. We can choose to be afraid of it, to stand there, trembling, not moving, assuming the worst that can happen. Or we step forward into the unknown and assume it will be brilliant. From the bottom of my heart, I am forever grateful for Cheshire Academy. I believe that all of us have bright futures ahead, and congratulations to the graduating class of
Anderson, Mr. Cerrone, trustees, faculty, and guests, at the recommendation of the faculty, I am delighted to present the class of 2018. And I ask that all those who have fulfilled the requirements for graduation be awarded diplomas, together with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities normally accorded alumni of Cheshire Academy. Would Ms. Anderson, Mr. Cerrone, and Mrs. Abagnaro please assist in the awarding of the diplomas? Rachel Lee Abraham. Nathan Joseph Altman. Kyle Peter Anderson. Olivia Annalise Arcero. Evan Pierce DeJour. Amani Barnett. Olivia Grace Betancourt. Donovan J. Bianchi. Luke Fitzgerald Bonvalor. Emma Rose Borowski. Jarrett Reed Babarnik. Elise Nicole Cadu. Jade Lathbridge. Yubin Cho. Detson Yuto Choden. Veronica Sivokova. Kaylee Patricia Collins. Isabel Rose Crane. Jason Tyler DeTillo. Catherine Elizabeth Davis. Joshua James Dennehy. Gianna Marie DiMarino. Chicago. Allison Lee Doheny. Darrell N. Drawn Jr. Victoria Barbara Fletcher. Osasumban Frederick Iligova. Jemima Ofariwa Frempong. Evan James Goldberg. Jordan David Michael Funk. Yueshuan Gao. Rabia Noor Gondor. Margaret Julia Reno Trier. Anastasia Gutkowa. Amalia Elise Gutierrez. Ella Grace Hampson. James Joseph Hasty. William Charles Hasty. Alexis Gloria Holmes. Yuanshu Marinda. Umecha Victoria. Frederick Christos Ilias. Kathleen Linfei Jiang. Joshua Monroe Joe. Thomas Guy Jung. Abraham Emmanuel Kamara. Josna Vailakara Karangas. Aaron Justice King. Angel Howe. Ethan Todd Kornacki. Arnold Kwok-Yu Lam. Connor Levkov. Hao Lee. Mia Marie Lako. Daniel Lee. Yi-Chen Lee. Yu-Shin Lee. June Liang Liu. June Ven Leo. Imong Lu. Tara Shea Lynch. Brandon James Marino. David Matheson. Keith Antonio McLaurin. Enrique Mello. Giovanna Marie Malone. Jenna Noel Molnar. Calla Moragas Te. Nuenhakui Koi. Jacob Newland. Jan Paresak. Desiree Lynn Parker. Theodoris Patrick. Zach Pine Mayer. Nadia Teresa Ponthenpiller. Jia Qian. Caitlin Brianna Lee Quirk. Sydney Aaron Rosavicius. Julia Frances Rafferty. Alicia Rakozovic. Arnis Savonis. Nolan Sands. Alexis Leah Shannon. Montepulo Simpasa. Gavin Thomas Sullivan. Jack Francis Tarka. Christopher Thomas Toto. Ian Thomas Trenchard. Bezura Florentina Turkman. Natalie Alyssa Vallado. Zumin Wong. Shane Thomas Ward. Samantha Jane Weed. Lindsay Elizabeth Leo. Alexa Juliette Williamson. Austin Michael Whitneycomb. Michaela Cleve Wolan. Jihao Wu. Yichen Wu. Jiachi Shu. Young Fang Shu Richard. Tanam Come on. Shushi Emma Jung.
Richard.
Lucien James Joe. Yupin Song.
Marina, 爱你哦。
Nicholas Patrick Zukauskas.
Thank you. I know you're ready to go. I have just a couple of things to say before you go. It has been my honor to get to know and to work with this class and to share the final moments of the 224th Cheshire Academy Commencement with you. I will be brief, I promise. But my words today are for you, the seniors, as we mark the end of your academic and professional and personal growth with us. As commencement implies, while this is the end of your formal education at the Academy, it is the moment that we officially welcome you as alumni of the Cheshire Academy family. We have been here, some of us, to nudge you along the way and remind you that on days when everything seemed impossible, that you have a family here to help take you step by step toward what we always knew was possible. This September, at our opening of school convocation, I spoke to you about having conversations, about asking questions, listening to get answers, really getting to know one another as human beings. I challenged you to have questions about race, politics, class, and religion, conversations with those who you know have views other than your own, but whose views you must listen to with respect and an open mind. I thought so much about what I might say to you because it's such an important moment for you. And what I think I have is something for you to take away from this particular moment in time. I thought about what could I possibly say after you heard from Dr. Pettit, from Richard, from Tara, three human beings that I admire and respect so deeply. This is your moment, but I am going to ask you to do one thing for me, for my children, for your teachers, for the staff, and for your families. It's something very simple, but not necessarily easy. I ask you today, I challenge you to walk right up. How many times have you been told, maybe here at Cheshire Academy, to hold your tongue, to walk away from a fight, walk away from conflict? We've taught you, I hope, about civility and respect, and we've taught you to uphold the 8 pillars of Bowdoin. I do believe in the pillars as symbols for what is right and good in this world, but it is not enough. It's not enough to give you t-shirts, divide you into teams, and encourage collaboration and problem solving and getting to know one another. It's not enough to live in this tiny protected community when the real world has regressed from the progress achieved in the days of Martin Luther King Jr. Progress implies improvement. Progress implies moving forward. Yet a Black graduate student at Yale University who fell asleep while studying in a common area of her dormitory was reported to the police. 2 Native American brothers touring the University of Colorado this spring were reported to the police by a parent on the same tour because they were dressed in Black clothes and appeared as though they didn't belong. And if you are a person of color waiting for a friend at Starbucks before you order a drink, you should be prepared to have the police call. This is real. This is every day. This is 2018, the United States of America. So I challenge you to walk right up. Walk up, speak out. When you see something, say something. Do something. If you walk away, if you hold your tongue, you are implying that injustice is right. You are saying, that it's acceptable to treat people differently because of the color of their skin or the clothing that they wear. At Cheshire Academy, we are part of a global community right here with from over 30 countries from all regions of the United States with diverse religious, cultural, and political beliefs. What we must not forget, what I'm obligated to remind you to keep in the forefront of your minds, is the world you are about to enter sees gender, color, sexuality, socioeconomic status, and ethnicity. Instead of celebrating our uniqueness, the world in which we are living divides us by our packaging, by what appears to make us different. When I graduated high school, I addressed my classmates, and I can remember that the gist of my speech had something to do with wishing that each one of my classmates would be fortunate enough to have the blessing of one true friend. While I certainly wish the same for each one of you, I'm embarrassed looking back that I didn't take the moment, that opportunity to encourage, inspire, provoke, or anger those who listen to my words. With emotion, we react. This year, we have had so much emotion in our country. Gun violence is a reality that students have come to accept, and many imagine that at some point in our country, they will face an active school shooter. While statistically the odds are small, the fear in comparison is enormous. As we know, lives are so much more than statistics. Marjorie Stoneham Douglas High School, 17 students, faculty, and staff members killed. Santa Fe High School, 10 students, faculty, staff members killed. Since January 2018, there have been 16 school shootings in the United States, which have taken the lives of 33 victims. There are no other reported school shootings in 2018 in any other country in the world. My generation has failed you. I am asking you to do better. I am begging you to walk right up, face the conflict, use your voice, and be heard. Don't wait for someone else to say, to write, to petition, or protest. Don't walk away. You have a voice, and your generation right now has the opportunity and the power to make a change. Choose your cause. Choose the reason why you will no longer remain silent. Speak up. Do not hold your tongue. Walk right up and be heard. I believe in your generation. I believe in you sitting here before me. You have the voice. Now have the conversation and walk right up. Don't tell me what you can't do, and don't tell me what you can do. Show me what you will do. Graduates, I am inspired by you, and I am grateful to you for the things that you have done, for the things that you have taught me, and for the things I am certain that each one of you will achieve in your futures. Stay close to Cheshire Academy. Let us share in your joys. Let us support you when you have times of challenge, and allow us to express our heartfelt thoughts and thanks and admiration to you, the class of 2018, the class that will walk right up and get it done. Congratulations.
It's easy. It's